It's resting in green. Afternoon light, typewriters dreaming. All through the night, a smiling sun hangs on a cardboard sky, where the future got lost but never learned to die. Unseen visions burning bright. Bradbury's goes on SL tonight. Open the page, let the wonder ignite. Welcome to SL tonight.
Some roads are darker than others, and some truths only come out under moonlight. Welcome to Bitter Bierce edition of SL Tonight. Tonight's tale is short, cruel, and told in three voices, none of them lying, all of them damned. Ambrose Bierce called it simply, the Moonlit Road. Picture a quiet house in 19th century America. A mother murdered, a son broken, a stranger haunted, and a dead woman who finally gets to speak. Through a medium, of course. 3 statements, 1 murder, no mercy. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. I call this one the Moonlit Road. One, statement of Joel Hetman Jr. I am the most unfortunate of men, rich, respected, fairly well educated, and of sound mind. At least I believe myself to be so. I am yet the sport of fate whose decrees I have never been able to anticipate or prevent. My life has been a series of calamities, each more monstrous than the last. The most terrible of these befell me 3 years ago in the month of October. On the night of the 9th, my father and I retired early. My mother was not in her customary health and had gone to her room. She was subject to wakefulness and slight disturbances of the heart, and my father, who loved her tenderly, was anxious. We heard her moving about in her chamber for some time after we had gone to our own, but at last all was quiet. In the morning she was found dead in her bed, strangled. The murderer had entered the window by her room, which was on the ground floor, and escaped in the same way. There were no marks of a struggle. She had been taken unawares. A single red ribbon was knotted tightly about her neck. No trace of the assassin was ever discovered. That is all I can recall. I fainted at the sight and remembered nothing more until weeks afterward, when I found myself in another city, hundreds of miles away, with money enough to live on for a time. I have never returned home and know nothing of what happened there after my flight. Two, statement of Caspar Grathon. My name is Caspar Grathon. I'm a native of Virginia, but I have lived so long in other lands that sometimes almost forget that I'm an American. For several years I resided in the city of San Francisco, where I was engaged in commercial pursuits. I was prosperous and happy. One night in October, I was walking along a moonlit road outside the city. I was returning from a visit to a friend who lived in the country. The road was lonely and the night very still. I remember the circumstances perfectly. Suddenly I heard behind me the sound of light, rapid footsteps. Turning, I saw approaching a woman, young and beautiful, clad in white, with a red ribbon knotted about her throat. Her eyes were fixed upon mine with an expression of unutterable horror and entreaty. She was running, yet her feet seemed not to touch the ground. She came swiftly up to me, threw her arms about my neck, and cried in a voice of agony, Save me! Save me! I was so astonished and terrified that I stood like one paralyzed. Before I could collect my senses, she had released me and fled away along the road by which she had come, her white garments gleaming in the moonlight until she disappeared in the distance. I never saw her again, nor have I ever learned who she was or why she implored my protection. The incident made so profound an impression upon me that I had never been able to banish it from my thoughts. 3. Statement of late Julia Hetman, through the medium Bayrolls. I am the spirit of Julia Hetman. I was murdered by my husband Joel Hetman on the night of October 9th. He strangled me with a red ribbon that he tore from my nightdress. He had long suspected me of infidelity, and that night, in a fit of jealousy, he killed me while I slept. After death, I found myself standing in the moonlit road near our house. I saw my son and my husband within, but I could not make them hear me. In despair, I ran along the road until I met a man walking towards the city. I recognized him as Caspar Gaetan, a former lover whom I had not seen for years. I threw my arms about him and implored him to save me, but he did not know me. I was only a ghost, and my voice was the voice of the wind. I have waited long for an opportunity to tell the truth. Now, through the medium Bayrolls, I declare that my husband is my murderer. Let him be punished. 3 voices, 3 truths. 1 red ribbon that never comes undone. Somewhere tonight, on some moonlit road, a woman in white is still running, still begging a stranger to save her from the man who swore to love her forever. Sleep well, second one. I'll leave the porch light off. This is SL Tonight, and the Bitter Bierce hour is over. For now. Like, subscribe, and good night.